Well, hello and welcome. It is I guess it's a special edition of the World Mission Update. Greg Kelley is there. He's the CEO of World Mission, and normally we record on Tuesdays. Today it's a Sunday because early tomorrow morning we're on the road again. What's going on?
Man, buddy, you're heading out early in the morning. I'm heading out in the afternoon, so I'm going to get to sleep in a little bit before we catch up together. I think in Frankfurt. Yeah, Rusty and I will be joining each other in Frankfurt on our way to Nairobi, Kenya.
So the last time we talked, we weren't really sure. We had to go get COVID tests, and we still are having a tough time with a visa, right? We still don't know about that. Or do we?
Well, the visa issue is really resolved. We confirmed that we'll be able to get that upon arrival. The issue, not so much for you, for me, is the COVID test, because you got to have a negative test. And in Phoenix, you were able to, I think, go into a place and 20 minutes later, they, after your little swab, they said, here, you're COVID negative. But for me, it's like a 2 to 7 day.
2 to 7 day window. Yeah, mine was 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I was gonna call Domino's and get a pizza and see which one got there first. So, did they have to stick it way in your nose, or how did they do your test?
Yes, sir. That's the third time I've had that done. Just such a wonderful, pleasant experience. But I'm COVID negative, but I'm going to get tested in Frankfurt just to be sure. So we'll be signing up. So this will be my third COVID test for this trip, so praying one of them comes through.
Now here's the thing about my test. It was okay. I had to swap it myself a couple times. Thank you very much. So as long as I got my negative, I'm okay. Okay, I guess.
Well, put that on your resume now for the new skill that you have.
Exactly. Okay, so what are we doing? We're gonna this is just a quick show so folks know what to expect next week. Or the week after. Depends on how much time it takes to put all this together for me. But what are we looking at?
Well, the next time they see us, Rusty, you and I are going to be in a place called a roost. Now, to give you an idea of a roost, we fly in there with an outfit. One of our partners is AIM Air, Africa Inland Mission Air. And we go into a place that when you're about 3 miles away, you're in one of these little Cessna airplanes and you're coming in for a landing and you're literally looking out the window going, where are we going to land? Because it just looks like bush and, semi-desert kind of conditions all around you.
Oh, this sounds so good. I can't wait. Oh, you're really selling this place.
The last time that I took off from this runway, we had to abort 3/4 of the way. We're just about ready to wheels off the ground, and our pilot aborts because a camel ran out in front of us.
Oh,
and so
good.
I didn't tell you that until after you committed to this trip.
Yeah, no, you forgot that one. The camel got in the way. That's good.
So we aborted and no problem. So, but we're going to a roost, and I'm not kidding you. I talked to another pilot who's with another mission aviation organization, and I told him that we're going to a roost, and he goes, "Where?" Now, keep in mind, this is a guy who for 15 years is flying all over Kenya, and he had no idea. He could not have pointed to a roost on a map. He wouldn't believe me that I said there was an airstrip there. And so I assured him that I've been there 20 years in a row, and that there is a strip. But it just gives you an idea of how remote it is. And that is among the Pokot people. So our first podcast with the World Mission Update will be in a roost among the Pokot people. So it's kind of a place that really, I've been at World Mission 22 years, and the Pokot really are near and dear to my heart because they're the ones that really put the burden in my heart for Unreached, where you really saw, for me, the first time, the discrepancy between people who are in Kenya and the Pokot. And so it just launched us into this whole focus of unreached people in all of northern Kenya.
Wow. Okay. So this is exciting. We're going to be hanging with Pokots. Who else are we hanging with?
After we visit the Pokot in a roost, then we're going to get back in the airplane after we stay overnight, and we're going to go to a place called Lodwar, which if you look on a map, you'll see it right near Lake Turkana. Lake Turkana is this is a kind of a mouthful here, so follow me. Lake Turkana is the largest permanent desert lake in the world. So the Turkana people live all around it, the east side, the west side, all around. And it actually goes up into Ethiopia, which we won't be going up into, but we're visiting all around Lodwar and the Turkana people. So that's going to be stop number 2.
Okay. Are we doing is this a lot of stops, or are we doing just like 2 stops?
We'll stop in Arus, Pokat, and then we go up to Lodwar. We'll be with the Turkana people. We're actually going to, this is interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I, for folks who may have missed the Bangladesh trip, there was one time where I lost it, and you said, that's it, I'm done. I can't keep up with you people. I'm getting a real hotel. Now, you have warned me there's one place I'm not going to like, right? Yeah.
Arus is you're not going to care for a lot. It'll be the hardest of all the places, but the issue with Arus is there's only one option. So the next options in Arus are Pokat huts.
Okay.
So it's a big up Pokat hut, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm trying to one of those things of undercommit and over deliver.
Okay, good.
That's my
Because now I've been to Africa before. We've talked about this in past shows, but there's one place where I was. It's called Juba. And rooms were like $250, $300 a night. So I'm thinking, man, this is going to be sweet. And because in Africa, $300 a night hotel, nice. And it was, well, I was going to say the most horrific place, but that has now gone to the number 2 spot from the one in Bangladesh that you tried to get me stay in. I mean, but what Greg and his guys do, it's not easy, folks. You're thinking, oh, he's in Kenya. They're going to have all kinds of fun. They're going to see animals. They're going to be riding camels and giraffes. It's not like that. This is hard work. I'm just going along, and I'm the wussy. So I'm going to be crying and complaining the whole time. And Greg's like, come on, bucket up, Buttercup.
You'll be fine. The fun thing about the Pokat and the Turkana, although we'll visit both places, they are like, and I think I've shared this before on some past episodes, it's kind of like the Hatfield and McCoys on steroids. Ooh. They don't get along great. So for us, a lot of our work among the people groups is to really try and bring them together. So there's Pokat evangelists reaching Turkana and vice versa. We're actually going to be visiting a place that we want to plant a church that's right on the border. They kind of refer to it as no man's land between Pokat and Turkana, and you and I are going there. We're going to pray over the land. We're going to meet the evangelists who are doing ministry there, and we'll put some treasures in their hands. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
And we're going to be hanging out with the Hatfield and McCoys of
exactly.
Kenya. Nice.
Yeah. But then we're not done.
Not done.
Lodwar.
Okay.
After Lodwar, and we get to go to the eastern part or northeastern part of Kenya. So the Pokat and the Turkana are primarily animist. And what I mean by that is they don't necessarily they're not Buddhist, they're not Hindu, they're not Muslim. Although Islam is creeping into some of those areas little by little, but they're animists. So that means they worship their ancestors, they worship the trees, they worship the animals and things of that nature. Now, as we go east over to near the border with Somalia, that's where Islam is really entrenched in Kenya. So we're doing a lot of work with people groups called the Borana, of course, the Somali, the Munyayaya, the Gabra. Those are all people groups where Islam has actually been established. So we'll be visiting a place called Garissa, which is a town that has a very strong Islamic presence, and we'll be meeting some of the national leaders there. And visiting one village, so I'm really looking forward to that.
This almost sounds like the Kokomo song from the Beach Boys, Somalia. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting words and places there.
Well, we've talked about the Munyayaya before. My story with the Munyayaya, Rusty, is that it's a Muslim group, and of course we distribute the solar-powered audio Bible, and we did Munyayaya recording. That was the first time in history that Munyayaya was available in audio.
Wow.
And we sent it to the people. They were so excited to get it. But after about a month or two, we checked in. We said, how's it going? And they said, we can't use it. And we were like, what do you mean you can't use it? Is it good? Is the accent clean? And they said, no, the accent's wonderful. The issue is that if we distribute this, the guy who recorded it will be dead. because it's so good. They know who it is.
Oh, wow.
And so it exposes, that gives you just an idea. So we actually received it back. We re-recorded it using kind of digitally altering it. Didn't quite sound like the Chipmunks, but it was taking the guy's same voice and just altering it a little bit. And they've been distributing hundreds of units, but it just gives you an idea. It sounds ridiculous. I said we had to stop distributing Munya Yaya because they were literally going to put a death sentence on this guy's life. It's just unfathomable almost. But we are going to meet some of the most precious saints that are going into these communities despite the great persecution, especially those serving among the Somalis. Very inspiring. So we'll get to meet them all.
Wow. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great trip. I can't wait to bring this to everyone via the World Mission Update. So if you would please subscribe to the World Mission Update right now. And as a matter of fact, set notifications so you know when the next show's coming out, because it's going to be beautiful. We're going to have all kinds of, not only the people and the treasures, but the land and the animals, and it's going to be something amazing. So if you would please hit the subscribe button, subscribe right now, and hit the notifications so that you know when the next World Mission Update is available. But Greg, if you would please tell everybody how they can help out.
Yeah. We just need you to pray for us. Rusty and I are going alone. We'll be meeting some of our national partners there, but that's really one of the great things you can do for us as you partner with World Mission and us at the World Mission Update. Be praying for us, but just connect. I think that you're going to be really encouraged, inspired by these next few weeks as Rusty and I. Part of the reason we're going there is to capture the field and bring it back to you. So share this with your friends, your family. Be encouraged and pray about how God would use you. Go to World Mission's website, worldmission.cc, if there's ways you want to connect with us in greater ways, whether it's helping us send water filters or treasures. We love partnership, and we appreciate you for listening.
It's great. We sure do appreciate you. So please go to worldmission.cc. That's worldmission.cc, where you can hang out and help out. And again, hit the subscribe button and be notified when the next show is coming up, because we're going to be in Africa. So until then, we'll see you in Africa next time. I'm Rusty Humphries, and he's Greg Kelley, and this is the World Mission Update.